Pretty wild day today on the market. I'm getting ready to get into a long position here. Just want to record this. Had a pretty good day on crude oil already today. It's closed up. Done a couple Russ trades as well, and kind of consolidating at our highs. Just watching our indicators here and noticing that we're pushing up pretty good here on our high step and our H step. And when this thing pushes back up through our previous high, I'm going to go ahead and get in and do this just probably by putting a limit order in. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but almost got in here on this 1322 candle. Go ahead and look at our high, our previous high here, and put the long in. High was 0.9, and go ahead and put that order in just above. I'm going to be looking at potential exits here based on this previous low here. Everything's still looking good. Okay, I'm in the trade. And I'm going to go ahead and make my stop loss based on this low here, 29.5. So our long 5 positions. Going to go down here at 29.6. And as soon as we keep pushing past this here, I'll make an adjustment there. I really don't like to have that large of a stop loss on. And as we're looking at potential profits here, I typically will scroll back and take a look at previous highs. We've had a huge high today, so we've got a long ways to go before we get close to a potential profit or potential profit target. Just scrolling back fairly quickly here, you can see where the market has been. Got highs here, 36.5. Set this morning on 842. You know, we're still obviously 6 points away from there. And then even prior to that, before the market opened, we were up in the 44s. So long ways to go, and it looks like pretty much this afternoon we've consolidated and starting to push back up. So to me, it looks like a good time to get back in and have this thing start heading up. Obviously, still would have been fine had I gotten filled on the 1324, 1322 candle. I originally was gonna get into this thing. It would have gone against me a little bit, but for the kind of volatility and movement that we've been having the last little bit, it's definitely plenty of room there. As soon as we get a new candle here, I'll make an adjustment, secure some profit here. I've got a low set of 731.4. I know Sean talked about managing profit and stop loss based on support and resistance levels or previous candles, which is obviously the best way to do that. Pretty easy once you get familiar with the dome to do this. You can quickly just cancel out and select another stop loss in. You know, our low here is 0.4, which is right about here. A couple ticks below that. Typically I'll wait till after this candle is done forming and move on. We've got probably another minute or so left in this candle, and we are somewhat stagnant. Indicators aren't really dropping, so I'm not too nervous yet, but love to see this thing break into new highs here so I can secure some more profit. Up about a point right now. It's a little over a point. So you can see that we now have this candle formed here. So we got the low of 31.4, pushing up into new highs here. So we've got a couple different options here. I can secure some profit, which is probably not a bad idea. We've also got some potential resistance levels coming up here that could be some pretty good exits here. Just going to watch my indicators. If I don't start setting some higher highs here with my high step, I'm going to be pretty quick here to grab some profits and So our high here was 32.9. We've already fallen off of that. Looks like we're gonna have another big spike here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a profit target in here at that 0.5 level and see if I can't get filled. Just flirting right around with it. In the meantime, got some of them. Almost one more contract and we're out. Okay, not a bad trade there, and I still have a stop loss down here, so I want to make sure I cancel that out. Have another potential trade setting up here. 3 series didn't quite get down there, but we could easily get back up for an equal high with divergence. Could even set a higher high with divergence. We're getting up to that level. Enough indicator drop here for me to take a chance on this one. Just based purely on divergence here. I'm going to go ahead and, even though I typically like to get into these with a limit order. It probably is a little late for a limit order, so I'm going to go ahead and sell that at market. And just because of what we're dealing with here, the market is raging up pretty good here. I'm going to get rid of a little over half my contracts, which means I need to buy about half of them back here after we get roughly half point in my favor. So as soon as it gets down to that level, I'll go ahead and get out of. It's very similar to using an SO2 or SO3 contract. Got just a tick away there. Indicators still looking good. Really like my high step right now. Okay, just got the first 3 out. So now I've got 2 contracts left here that are still in the market. I'm going to go ahead and secure entry. Cancel that. I'm going to go secure entry here with the last 2 contracts that I need to purchase to break even. Now these last 2, if we could potentially get into a channel surf or a pretty good correction here, I can leave those in for a while, and I'll continue to manage my stop loss based on where the previous candles were and where the trend's at. Right now we're obviously coming off some pretty drastic runs up, and we're still have overall we've had an uptrend over the last little bit here, as you can see, from about the 1310 candle till now. So based on our indicators, still looking good. Based on what's going on here, we have had a low set at 31.5. Got pretty close to it again. Indicators are lower than they were before. Been securing some profits. Now we've got a new high in the previous candle, 32.5. Not a bad spot to probably go a couple ticks above. Get a new stop loss in there, which will secure some profits. Still expecting this thing, and we do have some kinks going on now on our H step. High step is getting close to it as well. We may get stopped out here for some profit, but that's okay. About 4 minutes till cash equities close, and okay, there you go. What do you know? Indicators started creeping up and heading up. H step started heading up, and so did price. I had plenty of time to potentially secure more profit, but I had very little risk there. And there are lots of times when it does consolidate there and continue to head back down. So it was worth, for me, it was worth the probability. Getting ready for a fresh cross, and lots of things could happen here. We could go back up, head and shoulders, double top. Very happy with that. 4 minutes left in really the trading day, so we'll go ahead and call that a day.